What is going on, people? Day number 25 of the 31 Days Hath October series is upon us. Almost done with the whole month. You know, this is always fun, but sometimes, pretty much all the time, it's draining. Doing a video every day for the entire month, it can weigh on you, but, you know, it's something that, you know, I took the challenge. A whole bunch of people took the challenge of doing 31 horror movie reviews in 31 days of some sort or anything horror related for each day of the month. So for those of you who don't know, this is 31 Days Hath October. It's exactly like a 31 days of horror, 31 days of Halloween. I just call it a little bit something different. I do a little bit different too. I try to do more independent titles, and I try to do them in alphabetical order. Doesn't always work that way, especially the last couple, letters. Sometimes I don't have a movie to, do that people either haven't heard of or, is an independent title or whatever have you. So anyway, I'm not the only one doing some kind of 31 days, so check out the description after for everybody else who's doing some kind of 31 days. 13th Wolfman, Jonathan Moody. You'll see a whole bunch. Everybody loves watching horror movies during October, but those who love horror movies, even after that, you'll have plenty of movies to have in your backlog and everything like that. Before I get into the review, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy the review, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And of course, hit that little bell button. Don't really need to this month because the next couple days I'll continue to do videos. But this is for November and stuff, so you know when I do upload more reviews or unboxings or whatever have you, anything movie related, you'll see on my channel. So definitely hit that bell button for future reference, I guess you want to call it. So anyway, like I said, I try to do more independent titles, which I'm sticking to, and I try to do them in alphabetical order, which I'm not sticking to in this review, but it's one that I think has to be reviewed. I actually just watched it. I got in the mail a few days ago. I saw the trailer, bits and pieces of it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. But it has Emile Hirsch, which I really do enjoy. And let me just say, this movie is not your typical, I wouldn't even consider it like a horror movie. It's more, sci-fi-ish. It has gore in it, but I can't really, put it right to horror. It's like mystery and sci-fi and thriller and all that with gore. So I'm gonna count it because I think sci-fi and thriller and mystery are like an offshoot of horror. So it's not your typical, scary or jumpy or, fully gore fest. But like I said, it has a little bit of everything. So anyway, let me get into this. This movie that I'm reviewing is Freaks. It's written and directed by Zach Lipovsky. Probably horribly butchered that name. I do apologize. I suck. It's also written and directed by Adam B. Stein or Stein. Again, I apologize. Like I said, it stars Emile Hirsch. It's got Bruce Dern, Grace Park, among many others. This movie, like I said, is called Freaks. In the beginning of the movie, I thought it was going to go completely different, to tell you the truth. It's Emile Hirsch and his daughter, and they're trapped in this house. Well, not trapped in the house. He pretty much boards up the windows, locks the doors, and all this stuff. And he tells his daughter all these stories that if you go outside, they're going to kill you. It's best to stay in here. And, I want you to stay safe. So if anything, if I'll go outside and venture for things, don't ever think about going outside and all this stuff. And hey, every once in a while, if she misbehaves or whatever, he locks her in this closet. So in the beginning of the movie, I'm like, okay, this, it plays on, freaks and all this stuff, so he must be the crazy guy who's out of his mind and keeping his daughter chained up and locked up and all this stuff. So as I'm going through the movie, it not kind of, it completely flips. And you figure out why they kind of have to stay tucked away, hidden away from people at this point in time. I don't want to give way too much away because, to tell you the truth, it is, like I said, it has sci-fi aspects to it. The best way I can describe it is the closest movie that has something along the lines of it is, what's that movie? I can't even think of it now. I had it in my head and then I lost it. The one with where, you know, if Superman was evil, it's kind of a horror movie. Now I can't even think of it. I had it on the tip of my tongue, and I can't. I'll think of it by the end of the review. But anyway, it has along the lines of that, because let's just say what I thought the beginning was, it kind of ended up to what I thought it was going to be, somewhat. But throughout the movie, you learn why they kind of have to stay secluded. You learn there's different people in this movie. There's different characters, should I say. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to go way too deep into it and, you know, give anything away. But more people start coming into their life, into their, you know, way of living, I guess you want to call it. And you find out why and what's going on. Very vague, I understand that, but I'm doing it for your enjoyment and your pleasure, I guess you want to call it. Plus, like, if you haven't seen a bunch of my, what do you want to call it? A bunch of my other reviews throughout this thing, I keep it simple. But anyway, like I said, it started out one way. I thought it was going to be one way, and then it ended up being a different thing. Let's just say, I'll give you a little hint. There's, let's just say, superpowers possibly in this movie, and it's definitely a fun, like, ride to go on, because like I said, it started out one way, and then once it started going, it kept on going. More things were added to it, different folds, different wrinkles, and all that stuff. I'm not a big sci-fi fan, to tell you the truth. This has more sci-fi than anything in it. Like I said, it does have some gore aspects in it. There's blood and guts. Not as much guts, but there's blood in this movie. But there are, it's more like on the sci-fi side, the mystery side. But I definitely dug this movie a whole bunch. So I think you should definitely go ahead, check out Freaks. It's put out by Wellgo USA. I'll find the link to where you can purchase it. Don't know if it's on VOD or anything like that. I could, you know, look it up and you can find it, because as you can tell, I'm more of a physical movie collector. So for those of you who are physical movies, this is on Amazon, which I'll leave the link to get it, because that's where I purchased it from. But I think if you're into the sci-fi, if you're into you know, a good storyline, a good plot line, good acting, really good acting in this. What's the girl's name? I can't think of it. I am IMDb right now, so I will tell you the girl's name, because I was very impressed with her acting, because in the movie she's supposed to be 7, so I'm not 100% sure how old she actually is, but Lexi Kolker plays a young girl. Like I said, she's supposed to be 7, but the way she acts seems like she's a veteran, so I don't know if she's 7 in real life or whatever, but really good acting. Like I said, really, I enjoy Emile Hirsch. It's Amanda Cruz in this as well, but I always love Bruce Dern and all that. So Freaks, definitely check this one out. What I'll do for all my reviews, for those who haven't seen, you know, these past 24 days, I'll leave a link to the trailer so you can check it out. Like I said, I'll leave the link to where you can purchase the movie as well, so you can add it to your collection. And in the description as well, like I was talking about before, I'll leave all the other people who are doing some kind of 31 days. So if you've seen Freaks, or maybe it's not up your alley, you could check out not only all my other reviews, but everybody else who's doing this. You'll have movies to watch for the next year or so, until the next, you know, 31 days kind of deal, because I'm sure there's, 12 people doing it, 30 movies equals 12 months. So you'll run into next year and then start the whole process over. But check out Freak. Check out the description. I'll leave my social media links as well in the description. I got a Facebook fan page. I got a Twitter, which I hardly ever use. I got an Instagram where I show off the movies behind me. I'm part of the Dorkening, where we talk to indie directors, producers, actors, actresses, so on and so forth. And we bring them on and talk podcast style for about an hour. So check out the Dorkening, the Wicked Horror Show to be exact. That's the show I'm on. And yeah, I guess that's really about it. So check out Freak, check out Freaks, check out everything else that I've reviewed. And I guess until next time, I will see you.